And the windows just come out the sky, you know. You see how you doing, huh? You see how you doing, huh?
And we are here. Hello, it is my name, which is Sam Salem. And the name of this podcast is The Callbacks. And to my right, the camera's left.
And big women.
He's in his get out his way and let him ball out era. I don't know what he sounds like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries. You ever know that? You ever know that show?
That's a classic. And big women don't find out this guy.
Danny Sellers, aka Deacon Dan, aka Little Dan Dan. That was my nickname freshman year of college was Nigel Thornberry.
Oh, that was roasting your ass, huh?
It wasn't even because of one day, freshman year of college, you know how you like meet people at orientation, but you don't really know people.
Yeah.
At the cafeteria, I walk up to this table. I'm like, oh, I met that group of people. So I just very confidently sat down at this table. And then I looked around and realized
you didn't know any of them.
I did not know any of the people.
Ooh.
And they're like, what's up, man? And I just went, hello, I'm Nigel Thornberry. And then
raw off just the vertical.
And then they just kind of laughed at it. They're just kind of like some fratty bros. They just like laughed at it. Like, what's up, man? What's up, Nigel? And then we just had lunch together. Never hung out with them again. But anytime they saw me around campus, they'd be like, Nigel Thornberry.
This is in college or high school?
The college, and that's the beauty of college.
Y'all had lunch like that at college where y'all would like sit down in cafeterias?
Yeah, I mean, there's a cafeteria. People sit in it.
I guess it was, yeah. I guess I only sat with teammates because we could only really eat like at specific times.
Yeah, when you're an athlete like you, D1.
I mean, you're an athlete too.
We
would sit down.
What?
And people women don't sound like this
now
guy,
we're both,
you know?
Now we're both Donnie.
Easy.
You're not going to edit that out either. But anyway, that's the beauty of male friendship. You can just sit down at a table of bros and say, I'm Nigel Thornberry.
I want to shake your hand. I want to shake. Let me shake his hand. That's how I start.
Yeah, and then they're just like, we don't need to know real names.
Yeah.
What's your sign? Doesn't matter.
Look,
where are you from? Who
this
cares?
Is random, off topic. I love how I will either wear a nice outfit or these same exact pants on this podcast.
Outfit repeater.
I've worn these same pants. If you watch this, say we have 49 episodes, 26 of them.
I respect it. The uniform. I've been thinking about that for social media videos. Like, anytime I have to do a paid post, I'm always like, what should I wear? And I'm about to just have a paid post uniform where it's like, this is my paid post shirt.
What I'm about to do, I think my spring style vibe is blanks. I'm going to probably get like 5 nice high quality blank whites. 5, like spend like, $115 on each color, you know what I'm saying? Like 3 to 5 whites, 3 to 5 blacks, and just have that as like a base of my fits.
Yeah.
Black t-shirt, white t-shirt, jeans. You know what I'm saying? And just rip it up. Because it's just like
and then accessorize a little bit.
Exactly. The hat, the shoes. But the tee, a nice quality tee, huh?
Throw a chain. You don't really wear chains like that, do you?
I have a chain. I just tuck it. Just in case a motherfucker.
Because the snatchers.
Yeah. The thing about, let me tell you something. Look, Uncle Danny gonna put you on game. Keep your chain chucked. That's a little bit of sexiness. Like to keep the chain over the t-shirt is like kind of weird.
No, I'm only wearing a chain if I'm putting it over the t-shirt.
No, you have an everyday chain. If it's not a thick ass big diamond chain, like Cuban link, you put it over the shirt. A everyday chain, a rope chain every day. You're supposed to tuck it under the fucking.
No, it's everyday flexing.
It's still a flex. You still see it on the back of your neck, but you can't have it over your. That's disgusting.
Why are you, as a man, letting people see the back of your neck?
I'm vulnerable. I'm emotionally available. Little baby.
It's all bits, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you tuning in for the first time, this is the Callbacks. Sometimes we're doing deep dives on guests. Sometimes we're doing a callback to a deep dive of just things of our youth, pop culture.
Street shit.
All that stuff. It's a good time. Tune in every Tuesday. And real quick, your boy's going on tour. All right. So tap in if you are in Chandler/Phoenix, Arizona, if you're in Burbank, California, if you're in San Diego, California, if you're in Washington, D.C. The link is in my bio.
And for me, if you
Samuel
are
Sleeves, at Samuel Sleeves,
if you are in between the 5'2" or 6'2" women, fine as hell, attractive, like tall Negroes, 6'3", please slide into my DMs as well. I'll be not traveling, but here in Los Angeles, preferably if you are creative and look good.
Nice. 5'2" to 6'2", huh?
5'2" and 5'2".
A 5 foot nothing shorty can't get it.
No, she can't. I'm just trying to be. It was a bit, Sam. Just fucking go with it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to cancel you.
It's a joke.
I don't like little people.
Don't slide on my DM. Do not slide on my DMs, please.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes, we are some mental health kings.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And don't give away your secrets, Danny. We every single episode we do a mental health check with mental health advocate Danny Sellers. This is our trademark Danny Sellers mental health check.
What's up, little babies and call babies? My mental health this week feels like a moving truck. You know, for a brief moment of time, it's full, but a lot of times it's pretty fucking empty.
That is so sad and so real. He said the quiet part loud.
I'm sorry. That was funny though. Is that a bar?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give you a hug after this episode.
I made that up off the dribble.
Yeah, that was a freestyle.
Yeah,
off the dome ski.
No, but I'm decent though for sure. It's moving. Look, y'all know I always serious this out because whatever. Moving makes you realize how much of a issue being homeless is. Because when you move, you know, your home is like every little nook and cranny. You just have stuff, whether it be like your sock drawer, your letters from your parents or whatever.
Junk drawer.
Yeah, junk drawer. And when you have to move every single thing you own into another place, even if it's this close, same location, same building, whatever it is, it's like startling. Period. And
to have to like keep track of all your stuff.
Keep track of all your stuff. Just waking up in a different space. Realizing, this little nook and cranny, this corner is no longer my little nook and cranny corner, it's somebody else's. And I got to find a new nook and cranny little corner and like a walkway. It's like, it is wild to think like how important shelter is to people and how some people don't have shelter. Like, it's crazy to think that.
Yeah. Danny just discovered homelessness is an issue.
Did you realize that some people just don't have houses? It's crazy. Like, some people just don't have guest rooms. It's so insane to me that like
your white voice just gets better and better each week, and it was already really good in the first place.
Just like get rent.
give me a do you know who my father is?
Like, do you even know, like, all right, do you know my dad? That's when they do it when they like trying to like passive aggressive. Everybody shoot on you. Okay, like do you know my dad? Okay, have you heard of the Smiths? Okay, he started the Smiths. I come from a long line of the original Smiths in America, so you should probably fucking chill.
I feel like I'm talking to every kid in my high school right now.
Yeah, so we founded Smiths of the Smiths lineage.
That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Shout out, hire Danny if you want a great white voice.
Yeah, please. Yeah, voiceovers.
From all the times that they gave way back in the day parts of minorities to white men.
Blackface.
You know?
Give me white voiceovers for blackface. That's it. That's all I need. Reparation.
Yeah, a little national ad. Here's my you're in the middle of a move right now. Yeah, moving sucks. Here's my hot take. You're a miserable person if you're like helping people move and then all they offer you is a pizza. Oh. Yeah, it's called friendship.
Yeah.
It's called being part of a community.
Yeah.
It's called caring and loving people, and it's like, oh, you're moving and to have to do that by yourself, that must suck.
Yeah.
So you're a miserable, no good ragamuffin. Raggedy stank muffin.
Yeah.
If you can't even just, my friend needs help. And it's nice that they bought you a pizza.
Yeah, right.
Guess what? If my friend was moving, I'd help them move and buy them a pizza.
Yeah.
Probably out of guilt a little bit, but also because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Be part of a community. Help your friends move. Quit complaining and being like, it's just going to be pepperoni. And it's just like, okay, Chipotle's $8. Get your own lunch.
Yeah.
Help them
loser.
Move.
Yeah, you fucking loser. Yeah, friendships are crazy. Yeah. So this move has been insane. So let me tell y'all something. All right, friends and family, let me tell y'all the timeline of this move so y'all can understand how insane it's been. So I moved very, very close to my current unit. So
Same building.
So hoping that it's going to make it very simple and easy for me. You know, don't have to pay for movers, can do it in a couple days, gradually, whatever.
Yeah.
I signed my lease a month ago because once again, I wanted a couple, days of overlap, but you got to tell landlords typically like 60 days or whatever before. So anyways, it's been set that I'm going to move into this unit. The day of the move, which is supposed to be Monday, this past Monday when we recorded, or a couple days ago, I emailed old girl the morning of the move-in day on the 12th. Say, hey,
you said, dear old girl,
can I come pick up the keys up at 1:00? She had sent me the email when I signed my lease a month ago saying come anytime between 10 and 4. So I say 1:00 because I got AT&T coming to transfer the internet. I got the water people coming.
Yeah.
Afternoon 2, I have an hour just in case something's fucked up. Boom, 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 boom. She emails me back 5 minutes later. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to email you. Your shit's not ready yet. Your paperwork's not ready yet. I'm like, she's like, if you really want to move in today, you can, but your stuff's not ready yet. I'm like, what, dog?
How can you just, hey, yeah, it's not ready. So if you just want to be in like a half painted apartment, half clean.
I don't even know what she meant. I'm like, is it not painted? Is like she was like, the paperwork's not ready. I'm like, it's a lease. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean the paperwork's not ready? Like,
so also, how can I move in?
Exactly. So I'm just like, you know what? Fine, because at this point, I'm like, it's one less day of double rent I have to pay. My lease is supposed to start on the 12th. My other lease ends on the 17th. So I'm like, 5 days is a little bit much. 4 days is even better. I save $80.
Yeah.
Sure. I was going to rush and get the money order and do all this stuff in the morning of. Now I can kind of take a deep breath. But the anxiety of getting my day started, I was like annoyed. So that's day one. Day two, boom. Now it's officially moving day.
Yeah.
Get my keys. I get my keys. First of all, someone's still mopping. I'm like, dog, why are you mopping the floor right now? And I'm supposed to be at my keys today. So I walked in, he's in there fucking, the floor is soaking wet, moist. I go back upstairs like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna just wait 45 minutes. Hopefully he's gone and the floor's not a fucking slip and slide.
Yeah.
Come back, he's gone, boom. But there's another guy fixing the washer and dryer. I'm like, dog, once again, bro, y'all knew I was gonna be here today.
Yeah.
Luckily,
it's not like someone just moved out yesterday.
No, the apartment was empty when I went to see it a month ago. So boom, that's annoying. Then I do the walkthrough. The bathroom's not like spotless clean. Like it's like, when you leave an apartment, you clean it just so you get your deposit back.
Right.
It's pretty much that's what oh boy did. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, professionally clean. This is disgusting.
Right.
So now I'm trying to move in. And Kyle comes and helps me. My friend Kyle. It's like two dudes in this apartment. One's fixing the washer and dryer. One's actually cleaning the bathroom. I'm like, this is annoying, but whatever. I'm just go with the flow, start moving. Hour goes by. We're getting stuff done. Fucking the power goes out in the building, and the AT&T guy, as the AT&T guy is calling me,
like, oh, it can't get any worse.
Yes, as the AT&T guy is calling me, he's just like, yo, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. As soon as I hang up with him, a minute later, it goes dark. He comes, and he's like, I can get started, but like I can't test it until it's done. Long story short, the power is off for like 4 hours. So my man does all the setup, then he goes sits out in his car for 3 fucking hours. I leave, go get dinner. Have to take a cold shower because the hot water's not working.
Yeah.
Crazy day. Then we go to shows and whatever. Had a good show last night. So that's for a move downstairs.
Yeah.
Originally. And then last thing today, finishing the move, like a lot of the bulk of the stuff, since the power went out, the surge breakers, whatever joints, the whole kitchen went out. So my fridge wasn't working. And then it was just like thing after thing after thing. So long story short, if I feel perturbed or short with you listeners today, that's why.
It's the middle of the move. It's the move stress.
Yeah.
But you did perform. I was at the show. You performed great.
Thanks, man.
After the bat, it was, an improv show with some stand-up in it. They also did some improv based off of they made you project your dating, your dating profile up on the screen.
That was crazy. I was not, when I tell you I did not, like Leonard and Ellery was like, if we don't get anybody, other comedians, funny comedians, Leonard Smith and Ellery Smith.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're both Smith.
Yeah. They were like, if no one in the audience, we might ask you whatever. I was just like, but they didn't say it like matter of fact. They were just like fucking around.
Yeah, it just like might be a thing.
So I'm in the green room just like chilling, watching. I hear like, and Danny Sellers. I'm like, what? So I walk out and I just poke my head out. They're like, come on out, show your app. I'm like, dog, hold on. Let me clear some tabs, dog. But it was fun. That was a fun show.
It was a great show. The craziest part was though, a woman who is not black. They then based their improv scene off of your dating app, and she immediately pretended to like be a U-type character and speak in black accent. I was like, he doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was
I
pretty
didn't
crazy.
She
kept saying like, yeah, they be like, ha, 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 you know how it be, and it's just like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, that's called Hollywood racism.
The black accent is crazy. Shout out moving. That is stressful.
But it's good. Yeah, we're good. I think by the weekend I'm gonna be straight. Cause I kind of had all this stuff already that I need in my apartment, more or less. So like, I'm gonna probably start hanging stuff up tomorrow, Friday. So by the weekend, I think I'll be like, I'm settled in, I'm straight.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I love that for you.
Then I
didn't even help you move. I guess I'm not a real friend like my earlier.
I'm like, you had a whole rant about it. That was kind of weird. I was like, okay, Sam, we're gonna talk about the real.
You didn't even help me one single time.
Thank you. Yeah. Cause I was waiting on you too. I was like outside the front door like a little kid with my book bag on. Like, is Sam gonna come and help me? He's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So,
and then you didn't come.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a real friend. It's LA. It's fake. That's showbiz, baby.
Yeah, big fake.
Before we get into our main callback for the day, I've been summoned at schools. It was a heavy teaching week.
Trench work.
And this is what I've noticed. As a teacher, I've noticed there's a divide between millennials and up and Gen Z and younger, in the sense that millennials and older try to hide the messy of their lives.
Yeah.
Gen Z and younger will just give it up to you like they can't keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
I was substitute teaching this class. 2 students, been to the school, hadn't subbed this class. 2 students come up to me in the middle of the class and they're like, did you know we're siblings? And I was just like, oh, really? Because like, how do you even really respond to that? And the girl goes, no, but his dad cheated on his mom with my mom. So we're basically siblings.
You told me this. You told me this?
Yeah.
That's funny. I laughed the first time you told me. That's crazy. Was that not on camera?
Did I say that last episode?
I thought you might have. Maybe you didn't.
If I did say that last episode, my bad.
I feel like you might have said it, but it is crazy.
We definitely talked about how that girl, I kicked a girl out of class and she said, like, why don't you go talk about this on your podcast?
Maybe you just told me before. Either way, I'll keep it in if you didn't. That is, I think, yeah, because I really feel like, when people their age, well, like our age and our generation, for the first time, we started to see people on like YouTube and like vlogs and like Twitter and like famous people actually communicating to us. And that was kind of new to us.
Yeah.
Whereas they're used to it. And I feel like there's very few artists or famous people, period, that don't share at least seemingly share most of their life details.
Yeah.
So like they're like programmed. And there's people that are famous now based off of like Kim Kardashian. It's like
every detail of their
life.
She
just got famous over just like immersing people into her life, and that's worked for her. And there's 1,000 other similar examples. I mean, YouTube is pretty much that now. These people aren't even famous outside of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it is. I mean, it's crazy how they just like, because back then, even as a kid, you were taught to like, don't be telling my business when you go to school.
Yeah. Like there's obviously moments where it's too far, but I do respect like, I feel like our generation, if something like, even if it wasn't like heinous, something that was like not nice going on at home, it was just like, you don't talk about that. And then you just kind of are on an island not talking about it. Whereas kids will just be like, like my dad crashed his car, and it's just like, oh, thanks for telling me.
And I can see like the young kids would do it, like the like 7, 8 year olds, like my mom's thirsty all the time, type shit. And it's like, oh really? Yeah, she sleeps during the day. Okay. Yeah. But like teenagers, that's nasty work.
Yeah, I had a kid on Monday come up to me and was like, hey, can I have your autograph?
Nice.
And I was like, why? He's like, oh, I saw your stand up online, and I I like you're gonna like you seem and you have a following, like you seem like you're gonna be a famous person. So I was like, oh, that's really nice. And so I signed it, and then as soon as I did it, I was like, he's gonna like AI some like handwritten note that like has my signature at the end of it. And that's the world we're in. Is like, I think so far, it was like a genuine like nice thing. No, it wasn't. But now every night before I fall asleep, like my eyes are getting heavy and I'm about to fall asleep, since I'm all of a sudden like
Bro, let me tell you something.
He did something with it.
Nothing scares me more than packs of fucking teenagers. I was walking to the Target today in the same neighborhood I lived in for a year, and there was 6 little fucking 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
When I say I was ready to fight for my life, they did nothing wrong. They were leaving school.
Your just fight or flight was
minding their business. I'm like, if I have to, I'm going to take one of them. I'm going to choke the first one and scare them. I'm thinking in my brain what I'm going to have to do if these little fucking hyenas attack me.
Why do you think they're going to attack you?
Because I just don't trust teenagers.
Yeah.
At all.
They would be like, dude, wouldn't it be funny if we just jumped somebody today?
Yes!
Dude, wouldn't that be kind of hilarious?
Yes. They're not even on no gang shit. It's like, dude, we should fucking like beat this old
and actually somehow have no ill intent. They're just like, no, just be funny. And then after they do it, they realize like, oh wait, this actually hurt somebody.
Yeah. And then this one dude is really upset. He's like, he fucking slapping my hand on the damn. Dude, Trevor, relax. He's just like, no, I gotta fucking keep going.
Teenagers are crazy.
It scared me.
Speaking of, this is our callback for the day. 18, legal voting age. All right, it seems like political season is now starting to be in full swing.
Spicy.
You know, Jon Stewart is back Monday nights on The Daily Show. You got a lot of people getting mad at him just for saying, yeah, both these candidates are too old. And it's just like, no, yeah, they were literally set the record for oldest candidates ever last election, and now they're still the same candidates.
It is so mind-boggling how the direction this whole situation is going. And the situation, I mean, America. It's just like, why?
How do you whisper America like that?
I don't know, for the algorithm. How did we get here?
I don't know, man. It seems not great.
Because regardless of what you like or don't like politically, how is a 78-year-old person ever the best fucking indication or example of your beliefs?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I've never talked to, like, I don't talk, even like my parents are young, and even my parents, certain shit, I'm like, yeah, I don't necessarily agree, mom or dad. And, you know, they're pretty good people. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're coming from a different perspective.
Right.
And their position in life is very different than someone that's in my position. And we're low-key old now. So think about people that are early 20s and shit. Like, where they have to see, how they have to treat the world for their kids, their future kids or partners or whatever. So it's like, there's never a fucking point in my life that I think, other than like just getting wisdom from somebody, that a 78-year-old or 70-something-year-old person is the person that I need to be like, oh, you represent how I feel.
Right. I mean, yeah, we're not the lane for politics. Some of you guys are probably already rolling your eyes because like it's all about bits, but it just is. It's horrible, but like most things in comedy, if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry, there is some objective funniness in the fact that Joe Biden is declining to do a cognitive test.
Yeah, bro.
Do you see that? Where like every presidential president gets like, you know, they get their health tested and they're like, nah, we're not gonna do the cognitive one. I'm like, well, that cannot be a good sign. That's real refuse the breathalyzer vibe.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
It's just like, okay, sir, well, then you're drunk. Like, we know for a fact you're drunk then.
Well, yeah, call my lawyer. Well, okay. I mean, yeah, it's nasty work. I mean, I don't, this is not a political podcast. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess Kamala will be the president. I don't know, man. I don't think he makes it past either of them makes it past the next term, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows?
Health and like, they might not pass away, but just like at a certain point, when you just can't do the job, that's going to come up. Like, it's uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Somebody being that old, either of these motherfuckers becoming president, being that old, like there's going to be a point in time where we've seen it, our grandparents or somebody just like, they just don't have it at that capacity. You know, they can just talk about, how you doing? Doing good? Yeah, fine. You know what I'm saying? It's cold outside. It's hot outside.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's playing today. They won today. Oh, nice. You remember your granddad. That's the realm of what they can fucking do. They can't decipher foreign policy, dog.
Looking back, it's funny that there's an age minimum to be president, but not an age maximum. So that's like you got to be 35 or older, but like there's no like, all right, 70's the absolute oldest that you can be when you get elected president. So.
I feel like it should be retirement age. You can't run for a new term over 65. That would be my number.
Yeah,
I mean, you can run. Maybe if you're 65, you can run, but you couldn't like 69 is the oldest you could be.
If you can't run, you can't run.
Oh, that boy, see, look, he cold with it. And I told him, I said, Sam, when you get into your political bag, you really put both feet in that motherfucker. And he sure did do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you can't jog, you can't.
Oh,
You can't be on a ballot. Jog. I don't care about a cognitive test. Just like, can you?
Yeah, can you cognitively test me at a race of wits?
Yeah, you did that. You said that.
But did you see everybody's turning their fucking Achilles, the player for the 49ers?
Yeah, from the Super Bowl.
A week ago, but that's scary. Every time I get on my tippy toes now, I'm like,
yeah, am I gonna tear?
That's how I know I'm getting old. Literally, I was on my tippy toes today, reaching for a window. And if people are listening, one of the players of the Super Bowl last week tore his Achilles jogging out to the field.
It wasn't even like a contact play. It just was a freak accident.
Craziness.
So my callback for the day is 18 is the legal voting age.
Yes.
Did you vote when you were 18? What was the first election you voted in?
I didn't vote. It was crazy. So I moved to San Francisco 2016, and I thought I had registered in San Francisco. So I was 23 at the time, or around there. And I was trying to vote there, and I was Trump, and I couldn't because I didn't register my shit. I still had old license.
Yeah.
So I didn't vote for that one. Sorry, America. But then I voted for the next one, which was Biden, I guess.
The first one we would have been able to vote for would have been Obama McCain. And
I'm saying the first one I voted for though was 2000. Like, it was recently. It was
2020.
Like 2 elections ago, I think.
Oh, that would have been Hillary versus Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I voted in the not the primaries, but the other 2 years, the midterms.
Yeah.
I started voting from there and beyond.
Yeah, that was me. When I was turned 18, I voted in my first midterm, which also I think there was a couple that I knew of, and then I just kind of checked some boxes, which is not great. And then Trump Biden was my first presidential election that I actually voted in, because 2012. I was in college in Chicago, and I got an absentee ballot, and I started to fill it out, and then just a college kid, I didn't send it in time for it to count.
Yeah.
And then the 2016 election, Trump-Hillary, I was still, my permanent address was Minnesota, but I lived in Boston.
Okay.
And same thing, just being a dumb grad school kid, not really paying attention. It's oh, the deadline passed to
Yeah.
And so then it was finally it wasn't the most exciting, yeah. Some people are I will, because the midterm, I don't really remember even who, it was just local legislature stuff, which is more important. So that is the stuff that really is more important to vote for. But it's not memorable names. Most people are I remember the first president I voted for. I was so excited. I'm yeah, I voted for Joe Biden. I guess was my first president. I'm not really
And it's crazy.
I'm not
I haven't lived in a swing state, so I didn't feel bad when Trump. I was living in San Francisco, so
yeah.
If I would have been able to vote, which I was trying to, it wouldn't have made a difference. Which, that's not the best thing to say, but I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. Listener, you're gonna guilt a black man in the month of February?
Please do not do that. And then I did vote when the midterms. I was in Chicago. I think it was mayor. I think I was after Rahm Emanuel.
Lori Lightfoot?
I think that was the one. That was it. I'm pretty sure.
Shout out Lori Lightfoot.
I didn't vote for Lori, but yeah. Everybody, I think it was another chick that was a head of the schools system or something that we were trying to get voted. And then when Lori won, nobody was excited. I was oh, I guess. And then she's she's been worse than I think people
She's a meme. She's very memeable.
Her fits are disgusting.
That's a mean thing to say about a human being.
Their fits?
Oh, their fits? I thought you said her face is disgusting, and I was yo, that is crazy.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh no, yeah, fit on camera.
That's
crazy.
The
fits is nasty.
You should have to have a cognitive test and a fit test.
You need a cognitive test just to pronounce cognitive.
Yeah, I can't do it. Cognitive.
Incognito mode. That's what Danny's always in.
Did you just say? What'd you say? Say the mode again.
Incognito.
Neat.
Nah, you're always trying to get me to slip up.
Kind of close.
Yeah. People, I'm just gonna plug it a second time for real. Buy tickets to my live shows, and if you're not in those cities request my city. Because the more people that join my email list, then I convince the clubs. That's what's always funny to me as a stand-up comedian. People like, well, why don't you come to Dallas?
Because you won't buy tickets to come to Dallas.
But it's not even but it's not even on the people. It's like, yo, there's a whole I can't. It's the same thing as like, hey, why don't you act anymore? Well, I got to get cast in something to act.
Yeah,
I can't just call up like, hey, hello. Oh, the best comedy club where all the comedians go in.
Yeah.
Can I please perform? Like, I want to perform on this date. It's like there's a whole process, and there's like actual like famous people. So if I actually have the analytics to say, here, I can sell tickets. So join my email list at Samuel Sleeves in the bio. Speaking of big comics, I was hanging out at the Comedy Store last night with
How was that?
Friend of the pod, Liz Blanc.
Yeah.
It was great. You know, good. You know, talk some industry people there, some comics there that we haven't seen in a bit. It's good. But Comedy Store, for those that you don't know, you should. I mean, it's the most famous, that and the Comedy Cellar in New York, most famous comedy club. And so there's always, I was there last week and I was like in the green room and like Bill Burr and Natasha Leggero was there. And then at that same night, Martin Lawrence, Dave Chappelle, and Chris Rock all dropped in. And it was just like, that is the cool part about LA is like you can just be like, oh, this is just the place I hang out. Anyway, there's like a patio. A lot of comics will go to the 3 different performance rooms and then hang out on the patio a little bit. If you're a comic, there's still like a security and a door person. And a lot of the times the door people like recognize you if you're a comic. Like, oh yeah, he's just here to chill. But sometimes it's someone you don't know and they wand you and like pat you down like they do everybody else to make sure. In this day and age, you know, you gotta do the security wand, pat them down, make sure no one's doing anything crazy. This woman is walking up with, I don't know who, but she walks up and just walks straight past security to go into the establishment, like very confidently. And the guy goes, hey, excuse me, do you know what show you're going to? Where are you going? And she's like, yeah, I'm on the show. He's like, oh, really? And she's like, yeah, my name is Nikki Glazer. But she didn't even say it any type of way. She just like, it was like a very, I felt like out of tone. It was very like a, oh yeah, my name's Nikki Glazer if you need to check. And the guy goes, oh, okay, yeah, that name's on the thing. And it's like, yo, Nikki Glazer is like, has to be one of the 20 most famous comedians in the world.
It was
today.
really Nikki Glazer.
It was literally Nikki Glazer walking up to like drop in.
And the security guard didn't know who she was.
And she works at the Comedy Store. Isn't that kind of insane? Like that's one thing if like
was it security or was it a door guy? Or woman?
Security.
But even still, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like, okay, someone's like, oh my, like you see at a grocery store, oh my gosh, that's Nikki Glazer. Not everyone's the biggest comedy fan. All right, you might not.
That's crazy.
You might, even though she's on Comedy Central all the time, she has like an HBO show, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny to see someone that famous. Because I've had that happen to me before where I try to walk into the store when I'm like on a belly room show and they stop me and it just feels like, I felt cool that I was performing at the Comedy Store and now like, security's like, we don't even know who you are, bro. But it's like to see it happen to like, her name is literally on the wall there. Yeah. Like she's one of the most celebrated.
But I guess, do you never not like, I guess anytime I walk into a space, I always kind of stop and like at least acknowledge I have him on the show. You don't know, you never do that?
No, I do too. But I think for her, it's like,
that's different. That's a different scenario. Like she's, you know, probably been going there for the past decade every other night. So like that is different. That's strange.
Right.
Cause it's like, I'm at least top, you said 20, 25, 30 famous comedians, you know, touring right now.
She owns a home in LA off of comedy. She's rich.
Yeah,
off
exactly.
Comedy. She's famous.
And then some. So it's like, that is weird. That's strange. It reminds me of the Grammys a couple weeks ago, that comedian, the rapper Killer Mike.
Yeah.
He won a rap album and like rapper, like all the rap categories in the Grammys, and got arrested
at the Grammys.
In the backstage, because like some security dude was like just doing the most, and then I guess he pushed the security guard. But it's like, I don't know, people just don't understand how to act around famous people sometimes, and it is weird.
Yeah,
like at a certain point, you do have to give them a little bit of grace, especially when they're in their element. Like, don't take your job that serious,
right?
Dog. Like, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
And you should know. You should know some of the more famous comedians in the.
Yeah, like if there's people who are very funny, established comics, but who are not mainstream famous. It's like, okay, yeah, the security doesn't know who you are, but like, I don't know.
I hope maybe it's at least that was like their first couple of days there, maybe, and they hadn't had a chance to see. Because I feel like she goes to the store often, maybe at least a couple times a month.
And if not as much anymore, it's because she is so famous.
Touring.
She's like touring and on TV and doing Comedy Central. I mean, she's like one of the recent era, the most famous person from like doing roasts on Comedy Central.
Did you tell people you had your Balenci's on, or are you going to just skip over that?
Oh, why you got to bring my shoes?
Because I saw him. You weren't. I was waiting. We're about to end the pod. And I feel like I was like, okay, is he gonna say something about the Balenci's or?
They're fake. Feeling fussy, stepping out in my Balenciagas.
Don't ever say that to me ever again.
Why I can't quote music.
I just don't want you ever to say Balenciagas in a room with me.
Balenciagas?
I'm saying don't say that when we're in a room by ourselves together. I don't like that part of it. It just doesn't feel. I don't feel comfortable.
You know, want to know? It's kind of cute. I was with Danny. Today is Valentine's Day, the day of recording, and I was with him at midnight last night to start Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And
now I'm with him in the evening, kind of bookending my Valentine's Day. My wife's out of town, and I get to spend Valentine's Day with the Danny Sellers. This is real love.
Balenciagas.
What were you giving out? And then we'll get to the Danny's ism. But were you smooth with it back in the day, elementary school, where you had to give Valentine's cards to the whole class? What was he passing out?
I grew up in a lot of white schools, so it was racism involved. So a lot of
Did you make my school? It was like you would make your own Valentine's Day box.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, the box. Yeah, people would give you the boxes.
You would do like mine. I would just be like, okay, I'm just gonna take a shoebox and cut a slit in the top so people can put it in. Yeah. But kids at my school would be make computers out of boxes and or an actual mailbox with a flag that went up.
Remember
your parents love you too much.
Did your high school have the grams, the Valentine's Day grams?
Oh yeah, Mean Girls, where it's 4 for Glen Coco. You go Glen Coco candy grams.
Did you have those? We had those.
Yeah, we did. I never got any.
I think I might have gotten one. I didn't eat a lot either, but I was it was weird. I was popular, but I think some of it was just a little bit scared race. White girls didn't really start liking black dudes until college.
Yeah.
And then that's when they started.
Experimentation phase.
Yeah, or they stuck with it. That is one of the funniest Facebook realizations back in the day when you realize that the white girls that kind of didn't like black dudes, or they might have dated one black dude senior year, stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then they're you got a nice little big family.
You're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, because some of the shorties, they would give no love to brothers. And then you see okay, that's how you date so-and-so. And then they're oh, they really, shorty with the fat ass, she really do like niggas. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I have
I say that all the time.
Yeah, look, it's true. If you are a black person that grew up in even mixed high school situations, because especially down south, being down south, a lot of those people, it was very segregated. You couldn't really date.
Yeah.
Unless you were the all-state guy.
Yeah.
Somebody's daddy was not.
And you know how to code switch really well.
Yeah. Somebody's daddy was not, or you grew up in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I moved a lot, so I was kind of the good athlete that just moved a month ago.
Yeah. That's
but I was still popping. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, you were that guy.
I was just,
polo down.
A lot of polo.
All right. Before we get out of here, we like to end the show with our favorite segment, Danny's Ism, aka Life Lessons with Danny. Talk to him, Preacher Dan.
What's up, my colleagues and colleague nation? My ism this week is run your race. That's it. That's it. No, man. I mean, just a lot of people are getting this. The strike is ended for us in the entertainment industry. So a lot of people are starting to get stuff. Announcements, deadline articles are popping up, and yeah, you should feel some kind of way when people get stuff. If you're not like the Travis Kelce thing, where he was almost tackled Andy Reid.
Yeah.
During the Super Bowl. Real athletes, especially football players, I didn't see that as that alarming because Andy Reid knows that he's in this space with a bunch of high-powered race cars. You know what I'm saying? And so when a race car is loud and you rev that fucking engine, they're not like, why is the exhaust so loud on these race cars?
Yeah.
Why is it so volatile when we turn the corner on this race car? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a race car. It's not meant for certain things. So you're in this, when you have passion and you're in these heightened spaces, and you're putting it all on the line, you should feel some kind of way when somebody gets something and you didn't. If you don't, then you probably shouldn't be doing this. But it's how you use that feeling is what's good or bad.
Right.
You can still be happy for somebody, but then also be salty you didn't get something. Or want to know, damn, why didn't I get this thing?
Yeah.
And that's, to me, is healthy, living in that space versus just being like, I feel bad for feeling bad for not getting something? Because you should.
Yeah. I mean, I think Michael Jordan was a little bit of a psycho, but like that whole, I took that personally. Like there is like, you do got to use some stuff for fuel. So in the comedy space where sometimes I'm like, man, I'm in these clubs crushing. I got a social media following. I got this. And why is this person getting opportunities? Like I can sit and cry all I want, but like that's not going to change anything. So it's might as well. Mm-hmm. One, all right, that person's getting that opportunity now. They might blow up. They might be peaking right now. Like you said, run your own race, make your own things happen. And I don't know. I need to use my white privilege better. No, I'm just kidding. That's off your joke last night. That was a callback to something that wasn't recorded, so it just seems really awkward and weird for no reason.
Look, I'm telling you right now, I got some jokes that I feel like are really funny. They will never do great on social media because for some reason I'm shadow banned. But you know.
But we keep posting anyway.
We
grind away.
I posted I think 7 days in a row. Sometimes some of those days multiple times a day. I did see a difference in following. I gained like 50, 60 at least followers in that week.
Yeah,
which for me is good.
Yeah, no, if you look, I mean, hey, there's some weeks where I need 50, 60 followers as well as good.
So there's something to it. It's kind of impossible for me to like every single day. It's hard.
It's exhausting
but I do want to like
all the time.
And then this is the last thing I'll say. Posting, let me tell y'all something. I was talking to a young lady on a date, and we're talking about posting art, and it comes up a lot in dates and conversations with people. Posting your art is hard. It's vulnerable.
Yeah. So
when you go on social media and you're not just doing like weird skits, but even still, you're still thinking about stuff. So it's still hard.
Yeah.
But a curated stand-up joke that you've done 40 times or 20 times or even 10 times, and you cut it and post it, if it does something to you. So when it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do, it fucks up your day.
Yeah. And I think the tough part too is that even if it does successful, like I posted a joke before that gets 1 million views, and I'm just like, wow, it's exciting. But then I'm like, but why didn't it get 2 million views?
Yeah.
So I mean, it sucks when you post something and it doesn't get any reaction, and you're like, but I know in person this works well. Or I've done a joke. I've posted videos where I sit in my car and I tell a story that happened at school, 5 million views. Later, like when enough time's passed so people don't remember the story, I post a similar thing, speak on stage, speaking into a microphone, the crowd is laughing super loud, but on social media it goes nowhere. Or vice versa. I tell it as a joke on stage, crushes in the room, post it on social media, it doesn't get that many views. Then I wait 6 months, I say the same joke, but me just sitting in my car to the camera, and it pops off, and it's like, it's the same joke.
It's really
it feels like a little bit of rejection when it's like,
yeah. And then you look at the algorithm, it's like, oh, now it's starting off fast and it slows down, it goes back up. It's like it is a weird little roller coaster of stuff, man. So I don't know if you know a creator that's posting or not posting, be gentle with them, because when you have to micro serve your audience, your art, that's like not healthy.
Yeah.
And it's not how the art is intended to be made, for at least stand up.
And if you really want to help a creator you like, post a divisive comment that people respond. Our friend Ray posted a stand-up clip about like white rice versus brown rice, and it was just like very silly, and it was doing well, and I commented on it like purposely. I was like, wow, food is not something to joke about.
Yes.
That is really sensitive topic. Please do better.
Run it up.
And some people started commenting like, are you an idiot? What are you saying? And I'm like, no, this is my friend. I purposely just said this so
engagement
that people engage.
Speaking of engagement, engage with our social medias, our YouTubes, our TikTok.
Okay, transition king. Okay, segue.
I gotta go. Actually, he's got booked on the show.
Let's go. Oh, a booking last minute? Where at? Yeah. Tell the people where at.
It's too late. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, because the show's already going to come out. Okay, Danny's got to get to his show. Follow us at Callbacks Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Callbacks Pod on YouTube. Email us, callbackspod@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. Ask us questions. We'll answer it. We love you. Get home safe. You got to make your kissing noises now.